Yeah, really excited about our team's growth this week. Obviously, really happy and really proud of the way that they performed in our last win against North Texas. I felt like we played tough. I felt like we played together. One of the things that just comes to mind with this team every single time we step on the floor is just how impressive their perseverance is. No matter what situation is in front of them, no matter what situation in the middle of the game, at the end of the game, at the beginning of the game, we have a team that's going to fight and a team that's going to persevere. You guys see the performances, with Delaney Crawford. You see the performances with Tamira Poindexter, and just what an excellent job that they're doing. And then you add in Maddie Cartwright and Jessica Evans and now Katia Gallegos, and I'm really excited about where our team is going.
Questions? You got one? I'll start off with the first one. How's that?
Go ahead.
Coach, in that stretch, I think it was about 5 minutes, you outscored them. You scored 22 points in that last one. What was the key?
Yeah, it was definitely getting stops. We needed those stops to be able to create some momentum for us offensively. And one of the things that our team did extremely well in that game is they adjusted to the defense of North Texas. Early on we might have had a few turnovers and a few missed shots. And then what you saw throughout the game was our ability to make the extra pass and make the one more pass. And we started turning down some pretty good shots for some really great shots. And that was the key to that final run.
Just what was that like to have Delaney hit that clutch three, and kind of what was the energy like after that, and especially in the locker room afterwards?
Oh, it was such a momentum builder. Talk about those 2 threes that were back-to-back by Delaney Crawford and then by Katia Gallegos, and both of those back-to-back were such huge momentum builders for our team. And what I love about it is the confidence that our players have and the confidence that Delaney has and Katia has to take those big shots in those big moments, and the belief that they have in each other is just, it's unbelievable. And then you go into those huge momentum plays. It gives you a little bit of an extra energy, a little bit extra on defense there, which carried us into the stops that we needed. A lot of our energy came from the crowd. It was a great crowd. This community has stepped up and really supported our team here at Reynolds Center and given us a true home court advantage. And so when we have those big momentum plays, the whole building just erupts, and it's such a fun thing for our team.
I think we've talked about it before throughout the weeks. Just do you guys look at the standings and kind of talk about where you guys want to be in it, or just especially now that you're at the top?
Well, we are aware of the standings. It's not our focal point. We're very much a processed, focused team. What do we need to do today to be a little bit better than we were yesterday? What do we need to focus on today to continue to learn and grow? And that's always going to be our focus, no matter where we are in those standings. But, every person on our team, is aware of the vision and the goals that they want to be able to compete for a championship and have the opportunity to cut down nets. And that's a part of that vision. But you don't get that vision if you don't focus on the process.
When you took over this program 3 years ago, did you have a vision of what a championship team roster would look like, and how does your current team kind of compare to what you were hoping to build 3 years ago?
Well, I think we have a vision, to be great academically and to be able to compete for championships and have a program that's built on a foundation of love and trust and work. And really, when you talk about that vision and where we started, it's absolutely a vision for the foundation and the culture and building a positive program for young women to be able to pursue excellence and be able to have a transformational program that prepares them for life after basketball. But we do want to pursue excellence on the court too. And now, they're working so hard to be able to put themselves in an opportunity for that.
Is it good having a little bit of a break after a win like that on Sunday? Is it good not to have a midweek game, just kind of recharge going into this next coming weekend?
Yeah, we have a lot of games left to play in conference, and I think being able to have the competitions that we did this week, where we were coming off of a rough game at ECU where we weren't victorious, but we were able to kind of find some learning opportunities in that, and then turning around and being able to win that next game, and then being able to have some time here this week to really focus on ourselves, but also have some time to prepare for Rice will be really good for our team.
Were you able to go back and look at the ECU game at all, or was it simply going ahead and preparing for North Texas because it's somewhat of a quick turnaround? And then during this week, do you spend a little more time going back and looking at what went wrong in that loss to prepare you for the rest of the? I don't know how that works because the games are so tight together.
No, that's a great question. So one of the things that we do is we always reflect on games, and we reflect on games in a couple different ways. We reflect on games like, was our preparation where it needed to be, and what was our performance like, and what could we have done better? And we're always going to have that reflection after every game, no matter that quick turnaround time. But you're right, there's a delicate balance there in what are you going to spend time on to be able to improve, and what are you going to spend time on to be able to prepare. And I think our team does a good job of balancing both of those. Sometimes the growth and the learning that comes from that game before is a little bit more with individuals as opposed to kind of your team. Your team focus is going to be your preparation, and then we're going to grab players, and players grab us all the time to figure out, okay, what was going on, what could we have done better, and how can we learn from this?
The three-point shooting, it's kind of been what your teams have been known for and among the top in the country, and then a season-high 35. How do you prepare your team to shoot that many threes and getting kind of quality and quantity as well?
Well, we never plan on it. You know, I get that question all the time, like, how many threes do y'all want to shoot this game? It's like, well, how many are going to be open and how many are going to be in rhythm and great shots? You know, having the versatility on our roster is really what creates our offense for us. And you know, the way that teams have been guarding us, it's opened the three-point line up quite a bit for us. And I feel like that's a strength of ours. So we're definitely going to use that to our advantage. But we're not a one-dimensional team. We're not a team that can only shoot the ball. We have, you know, we have great drivers. We have great passers. We have great screeners. We have lots of different actions that we can run because our players are so versatile, because they can do so many different things from a skill set on the floor. We love it when they go in. You know, everybody in the whole arena loves it when they go in, but we've got to just be able to find a little bit more balance in getting into the paint and getting to the free throw line to our offensive game. And I think that's a big area that we're growing in.
Yeah, I know it's only early February, and just kind of looking at the standings, there's a chance that there's 3 teams that get to the 20-win mark. Is it a multi-bid league? I mean, do you guys view it as a multi-bid league? Is that how tough this conference is?
Well, we've always been a multi-bid league,
Yeah.
I believe, since the American was there. And this year, you know, you were going to be able to kind of look at the net rankings and look at the standings and everything kind of down the stretch. I do think we are one of the premier conferences in the country. You look at the competitiveness in the league. You look at night in, night out. You've got to show up and you've got to be your best. And I think that's something that we're very much interested in maintaining.
Good. Oh, hang on, not good. Hang on.
And Coach, you mentioned in the coaches show last night that you're tied for first, and then there's 5 teams that are 1 game back at 6-4. So you're 1 game away from being an 8th. You know, I mean, that's the competitive nature of the league, and the Rice team you play had you tied with 2 minutes to go or 1 minute to go.
Yeah.
So I mean that shows what, that you have to be there every game.
Yeah, it shows just such great parity in our league, and it's parity at competing at a really high level. And you're right, you know, you're 1 step away from being at the top, you're 1 step away from being at the middle, and you're 2 steps away, you know, from being at the bottom of that mountain. And you've just got to focus on that next step in front of you. You've got to put all your heart and all your effort and all your preparation into whatever that next step is. If you take your eyes off of that step that's right in front of you, you're going to miss it. And each step is so important. And, you know, it's a fun league. It's a competitive league. We've got great teams. We've got great coaches. And I love that we have that. You know, we thrive on that type of competition. And I don't think this week will be any different.
Anything else? Thank you.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.